Hey, board gamers, BJ from Game Gumbo here, back in the Gumbo pot. This time with another review of a small box game. We're looking at Sausage Sizzle, published by 25th Century Games and designed by Inka and Markus Brand. Let's get right to that table, see how this thing plays. All right, I'm going to give you an overview of the game, kind of how it plays, and then I'll give you my thoughts on it. To start off, let's take a look inside the box real quick. This is Sausage Sizzle. As you can see, it's got some beautiful artwork from Ian O'Toole, the graphic design artist extraordinaire. This is my understanding a game that's an older game from the brands, Inka and Markus Brand, but 25th Century Games is republishing it. And it's just in time for the holidays. Small box game. If you're looking for something like that, let's see what's inside. We've got a rule book. Rulebook did a great job of explaining the game. The rules are pretty simple. Got a score pad. I've already marked up some areas on the score pad. The game plays for up to 5 people, and it takes about, our game's running about 15 minutes. And you've got a big set of tokens here, enough for 5 players. I'm going to go through those in just a second, and of course a pencil. So that's everything you get inside the box of Sausage Sizzle. The game is, it's Yahtzee, but a little bit more fun. It's more gamery, and it's pretty simple to teach. Basically, each player is trying to, over the course of 6 rounds, each player is going to try to score as many points as they can by rolling these dice and matching up the dice to animals they haven't scored yet, multiplied by the lowest number they have on the number dice. So as you can see, we have 2 different sets of dice. By the way, this does not come with the game. This is from Foam Brain, so thanks to them. It's a great way to play little dice games. You got 2 sets of dice here. And by the way, this is a review copy from 25th Century Games. Thank them for sending this to us, because it came in just in time to play a lot of games over the Thanksgiving holidays. So the 2 sets of dice that we have are these big chunky white dice. Each of those have the 6 different animals that are represented by these discs. And each player is going to get a set of these 6 discs. Okay. You'll also have these 4 number dice. They are from 1 to 6, but the 1 is actually a sausage, and I'll explain that in just a second. On your turn, you just chunk all these dice in, and then you have to lock out at least 1 dice. So it's got that Yahtzee mechanic, but instead of just a couple of rolls, you're going to roll as many times as you want, as long as you can always lock out at least 1 dice. You can lock out more than that if you want to, but let's say that I was going to, let's say that I haven't done the platypus yet, the pink one. And I've got 2 platypus already. So I can lock out those 2 platypus and keep rolling. Let's try that again. Trying to get some more platypus if I can. I did not get any platypus this time. I think it was a gold there. But I did get some numbers. I don't really like these numbers because they're really low, but it's a good time to explain what's the difference between the numbers. As you can see, these are the sausages. It's a big thing in Australia, by the way, big thing over here in America also, to grill up sausages and put them in a bun, put a little barbecue sauce. We put Jack Miller's, maybe you put, some kind of Casey Masterpiece type thing. We like our onion barbecue sauce down here. But the sausages represent the 1s, but kind of a push your luck thing. The sausages also represent the number 7 if you can get all 4 of them to lock out as 1s. Why is that important? Okay, let's say I've been rolling and rolling, and I've rolled some 5s here. And I've got 1 more pink one. And let's say I got 1 more roll. I'm trying to get these 5s, and I've got 3 pink ones locked in already. I didn't get the pink one. So let's say that this was the final part of my roll. Let's say that I was finished. That's my last roll, and I was trying to get the little pink one, and I didn't get it. Okay, so now it's time to score your round. In this round, we're going to take the lowest number that we have on this side with our number dice. We're going to multiply that by the number of symbols we have of one of our unscored tokens. So I've got 3 platypus. My lowest number here is a 4. 3 times 4, 12 points. Not a bad score. Obviously, what I'm trying to do is lock out as many of the symbols or the animals for one that I haven't done before versus the highest score I can with all my dice. Get 3 5s and a 1 It's just a 1 times the number of platypuses you have. So you want to get a consistent number of numbers, and you want a lot of them with no low numbers at the bottom. Now, once that's done, I tell the person doing the score sheet that I've got my 12 points. I flip this over. Now I can't score platypuses again. Even if they come up, I can lock them out if I want to. I don't know why I would do that. But for instance, on the last roll, if I was trying to do the browns, the dingoes, I guess they are. I can't remember what they're called. But if I was trying to do that one, and it's my last roll and I roll a pink, I'm not going to be able to score that one. Why are the sausages so important? Sausages are important because if I'm trying to play the sausages, let's say I've got the 3 pinks, the 3 platypus, and I'm really trying to get a big score. If I can roll these last 2 and roll both of them as a sausage like this, now they are 7s. They have to be all 4 dice. You have to lock out all of your sausages, and you can't have any other numbers. But that becomes a 7 instead of a 1. I multiply the 7 times 3. Now I've got a huge 21 score, and I promise you, that's a lot in this game. You get 21 or 28, and you're well on your way to winning. So it's kind of push your luck because, I mean, if I've got these 3, and this is my last dice, and I've got my 3 platypus locked in, and I roll that 1 more. Oh, I got it this time. Let's say I didn't roll it. Then whatever my lowest numbered dice multiplied by the platypus. Well, in this case, because I didn't get all 4 sausages, my lowest numbered dice is a 1, not a 7 times a 3. I only scored 3 points instead of 21. That's a big shift between these two. Again, you lock out these, hand the dice over to the next person. They do it, and it goes around. You just keep going around the table until all players have played all 6 of their discs. And then you score up the total amount of points, and whoever has the most points wins the game. That's how you play Sausage Sizzle, along with a little bit of the strategy behind the different dice that they have. All right, Sausage Sizzle is an interesting little, I call them those LTWs, those little time wasters, right? You've got them on your phone. Maybe you have them around paper for the house for the kids or for yourself to play. That's what this is. This game doesn't take long. The box says 15 minutes, and that's been accurate. Our games, we've been playing, we've only been playing 2 or 3 people at a time. I haven't played all 6, or all 5, I mean. But it's a perfect little couples game, or couples with some, actually we did play 4, I forgot about that. So we've also played with 4, but it's super easy to teach. I've been able to teach it to kids as young as 8 or 9. They understand the concept of rolling dice. You got to help them a little bit with the choices on the lockouts, but they understand that you got to get the most symbols times the lowest number. That's pretty easy, and the math is pretty simple too. And they enjoy flipping over the tokens. So when I review a game like this, I review it in terms of what the publisher and the designer is trying to do. And as an LTW, a little time waster, I think it fits perfectly. My wife was actually surprised. When the first time I played it, someone was like, well, this sounds like it's just going to be another Yahtzee variant. And she was like, well, what are the decisions going to be? And then all of a sudden you realize you kind of have to watch what the other players are doing and how their relative scores are going. At the same time, you also have to be cognizant of, okay, which one do I have? Which one do I not have? And then is it time to push your luck? Obviously, if you go for broke a couple of times and you pop some 2 or 3s multiplied by your 2 or 3 symbols and you're falling behind, now maybe you have to go for those sausages at least once. And definitely on the last turn, if you're the last player or one of the last players and you don't have a big enough number, you're pretty far behind, you're going to have to go for broke. So it has some tiny little decisions like that. Not a lot of them. It's a dice chucking game. It's got a lot of luck. There's not really any way to mitigate the luck other than just re-rolling. It's got all this strategy that you have in games like this. But really what the intent of this game is, gathering around the family, chucking some dice. You can visit while you're playing, while it's another player's turn. We also did a lot of cheering and egging people on. Oh, come on, you can go for the sausages. Look, you got 2 of them right off the bat. So there's a lot of, if you like games like that where there's the active participation is the dice themselves, and then the other people kind of cheering you on or rooting against you if you're Pop and one of the grand bugs are trying to win. That's the kind of game this is, and it works perfectly. I think it's a good example of one of those, and we really enjoyed it. So that's Sausage Sizzle. I want to thank 25th Century Games for sending it to us. From what I understand, it's out now, so you can get it in time for the holidays and get a chance to play it when you're playing with family. Until next time, SIZZLE, bon temps rouler.